Welcome to the Leadership Spark podcast, where we equip you to be the great leader your people deserve. This is Corey, and today we're going to continue to unpack some ideas around leadership by comparing two ideas together. And if you haven't been here the last couple of days, you can go listen to be able to catch up. But today I want to talk about how consistency beats intensity. Now, you want both as a leader. You want intensity and consistency, but consistency will beat intensity. And the big speeches that you're giving have an impact, but they don't always change the behavior the way that you want or get the outcomes that you want. And so this is why it resonates with me as a leader, and why it should resonate with you as a leader, is because sometimes we can overvalue the big moments. Sometimes we can overvalue the emotional speeches. Sometimes we can overvalue the one-time declarations. And your team needs those from you as a leader to be able to stand up and do it. But what the team is going to respond to the most are patterns, not passion. They're going to respond to systems and the ability to be consistent, because the consistency of being able to show up and deliver results is something that's going to drive a win for everyone on your team. And so intensity fails often because it's unpredictable. It doesn't last very long. It fades away quickly, and it's rarely reinforced. We have these moments in time to where people get an emotional high, but that emotional high only takes them so far. And after a day or 2 days or a week, it starts to fade away, and you're back into really defaulting back to the consistency or the patterns or the systems that you have implemented to be able to drive performance. Consistency creates a safe place for the people on your team. They feel psychologically safe whenever there's consistency, because they know what matters without being told, and they know what the standards are, and that feels stable to them. There's stability when it comes to consistency, because people know exactly what to expect, exactly what they're going to get, and they understand how they're going to be measured. And so these small signals of consistency are greater than the big statements that you can make as a leader. And it doesn't mean that you don't make those, because you need to. But what are you building and what are you putting in place that allows people to show up day after day after day and consistently deliver the results that you expect and that they expect? And so I want to encourage you to think about that. What would consistency look like on your team? Where are things inconsistent? Where are you leveraging or leaning on intensity to be able to get the team motivated or get things moving or to drive a result? And you need both. But where do you have the opportunity to increase the consistency? Teams don't change necessarily because you care about them. And that's very important. If you've leaned into this podcast, you know how caring is a very important aspect of leading. But they change because you are consistent as a leader, and you build a team that can be consistent. And so I want you to think about that. What would that look like in your leadership environment today to be able to drive more consistency, to be able to put your team in a position to win today as they show up and they do whatever it is you're asking them to do as a team?